Clapperboard Part 1. The decision to keep going. Headphone opening hook. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they stop. They stop at tired. They stop at bored. They stop at, I've done enough. But here's the truth. Success doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired, frustrated, or scared. It only responds to one thing. Did you keep going when it got hard? Now, in the next few minutes, you're going to learn how to push past resistance, how to silence your excuses, how to become unstoppable, not by chance, not by talent, but by decision. Let's begin. Fire Section 1. The comfort trap. Most people don't quit because they're broken. They quit because they get comfortable. Comfort feels safe. It feels easy. It feels familiar. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. Napoleon Hill said, "Most people drift through life, never waking up to what they're truly capable of. Not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack decision." Comfort is the slow killer of dreams. It whispers, "Stay here. You've done enough." But deep down, your soul knows you haven't even scratched the surface. If you're tired of starting over, if you're sick of watching other people live the life you want, then it's time for a new decision. Decide to keep going. High Voltage Section 2. The crossroads of your life. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads point. Two roads stretch out in front of you. Right arrow 1 leads back to the life you've always known. Comfort, familiarity, safety. Right arrow the other leads into the unknown, into risk, growth, and the person you were born to become. It's tempting to go back. It's tempting to listen to people who say, "Be realistic." But Napoleon Hill reminds us, real success is never found in the safe zone. Every great person stood where you stand now, and every one of them made a choice. They chose growth over safety, progress over fear, purpose over comfort. They chose to keep going. Brick Section 3. The power of willingness. You don't have to be fearless. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Abraham Lincoln lost more elections than he won. He failed in business. He lost loved ones. He was told no more times than most could bear. But he made one choice. He kept going. That single decision didn't just shape his life, it shaped the future of a nation. Napoleon Hill studied over 25,000 people in his lifetime, and the ones who succeeded weren't always the smartest or most talented. They were the ones who refused to quit. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Napoleon Hill. Fire Section 4. Purpose. Your inner fire to keep going. You must know why you're going. Not vaguely. Not someday. But clearly and deeply. Your purpose is your fuel. It's what drives you when nothing else works. It's what whispers, "Go," when the world screams, "Stop." Without it, even small problems feel impossible. But with it, you can walk through fire. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't march for comfort. He didn't face hatred because it was fun. He did it because he had a clear purpose. He knew what he stood for. He had a mission. And that mission gave him unstoppable strength. That's what purpose does. It turns ordinary people into legends. Writing Hand Section 5. Find your purpose, and write it down. You have that same fire inside you. But first, you must find it. Ask yourself, What breaks my heart and fuels my passion? What legacy do I want to leave? What impact do I want to make? What would I do even if I failed 100 times? Let the answers be raw. Let them be real. Write them down, not just once, but every day if you need to. Write it on your wall. In your journal. On your mirror. Anywhere you can see it when things get hard. Because they will get hard. And in those moments, purpose will be your anchor. Napoleon Hill put it best. Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. Without a purpose, you drift. With purpose, you dominate. Brain Section 6. Purpose over motivation. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is loud. It's exciting. But it fades. Purpose is different. Purpose is quiet. But it never leaves you. It burns inside. Even on the darkest days. So stop waiting to feel motivated. Decide to move with purpose. Purpose doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It moves while you're afraid. It grows stronger every time you keep going. And if you're thinking, but what if I fail? Then let me say this clearly, you might. But if you quit, you've already failed. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And that's not going to be you. Not anymore. Rocket closing words. This is your moment right now. This moment. This is your chance. To stop hiding. To stop waiting. To stop living on autopilot. This is your time to rise. Make the decision, not to try, but to commit. To burn the bridges behind you. To walk through the fire. To be forged, not destroyed by discomfort. Because the life you want is not found in safety. It's found on the other side of decision. So take the step. Even if you're scared. Even if you're unsure. Even if no one believes in you, yet. Because once you do, everything changes. Headphone opening hook. Most people don't fail because they lack dreams. They fail because their dreams lack structure. They say, someday I'll do it. But someday never shows up. Then the world throws doubt in their face. Critics rise. Life changes. And they quit. But not you. Because in this moment you're going to learn something powerful. When you add structure to your vision, when you remain unmoved by criticism, when you adapt faster than the world changes, you become unstoppable. Let's dive into part 2. How to set powerful goals, stand tall in the face of doubt, and grow through any challenge. Writing Hand Section 1. Goals. The blueprint for your dream goals are not just wishes written down. They are promises you make to yourself. A goal is a declaration that you will no longer leave your future to chance, that you will not hope for success. You will create it. Napoleon Hill said, a goal is a dream with a deadline. It's not just about dreaming big. It's about making that dream real, with clarity, deadlines, and milestones. Think about the moon landing. It wasn't just a giant leap for mankind, it was the result of thousands of tiny, specific steps. Each mission, each test, each calculation. That same power lives in you. You don't need to get to the moon. You just need to get to your dream. And to do that, you need to turn your vision into a system. Start now. Don't wait until it feels perfect. Start today. Write your goals down. Not in your head. On paper. On your mirror. In your journal. Make them real. Make them visible. Make them matter. Don't settle for vague ideas like, I want to be successful, or I want to be rich. What does success look like for you? What does it feel like? When do you want it by? Why does it matter? The clearer you get, the more powerful your movement becomes. Rocket Section 2. Break it down. Milestones matter. Once you have a big vision, break it down. Split it into milestones, smaller checkpoints that keep you focused and energized. These are your markers. Each one reminds you, you're not stuck. You're moving. You're becoming. With every goal you hit, no matter how small, you build self-trust. You prove to yourself that progress isn't a myth. It's real. It's happening. Step by step. Day by day. Celebrate every win. Why? Because the brain needs reinforcement. You don't just want to chase success. You want to feel like success. This is how transformation happens. Not in chaos, in structure, not in random bursts, in planned action. And when your goals are clear, your actions follow. You stop reacting. You start building. You stop drifting. You start leading. Brick Section 3. Commit through CRITICISM. But here's the truth. Even with crystal clear goals, you will face criticism. People will doubt you. They'll question your dream. They'll laugh. Or worse, ignore you. Why? Because they're afraid. Because they can't see what you see. Napoleon Hill knew this all too well. He said, the number one reason people give up on their goals is because they listen to the wrong voices. Look at Galileo. He dared to say the earth was not the center of the universe. For that, he was mocked, punished, silenced. But truth doesn't die in silence. It endures. Look at Albert Einstein. He rewrote physics. But first, he was ridiculed for it. The critics were loud. But he trusted his vision more than their opinions. And today, the world honors his name, not theirs. Light bulb lesson. Criticism doesn't mean you're wrong. It often means you're ahead of your time. So when the doubt comes, and it will, you must stand strong. You must ask, is this criticism sharpening me, or trying to stop me? If it helps you improve, use it. If it tries to shrink you, toss it. Let the noise become fuel. Let the disbelief make you sharper. Let the doubt give you depth. Because in the end, results speak louder than resistance. And progress silences critics faster than words ever will. Seedling Section 4. Grow through change. Here's another truth many avoid. Success is not a straight line. Life will change. Your plans will fail. Markets will shift. Relationships will evolve. Dreams will bend. And in those moments you must adapt, or fall. Napoleon Hill called this the law of the mastermind. It's not just about the people around you. It's about the mind that learns, grows, and adjusts. Dwight D. Eisenhower understood this deeply. He didn't lead with ego. He led with flexibility. He created the interstate highway system, not just to build roads, but to defend a nation. He expanded social security, even while reducing national debt. He faced the Cold War, McCarthyism, and racial unrest with steady strategy, not stubbornness. He adjusted. He reevaluated. He grew. Warning the warning. Most people think change is a sign they're off track. But in reality, change is the track. The goal never changes. but the path must. The rigid break, the adaptable rise. You don't get bonus points for being inflexible. You win when you respond, retool, and keep moving. Fire closing section, your next MOV. So what's your move now? 1. Write down one clear goal. Point 2. Break it into milestones. Point 3. Commit to progress, not perfection. Point 4. Ignore the doubters. Respect the process. Point 5. Adapt. Grow. Move. You don't need to be fearless. You need to be faithful to your dream. You need to be focused on your steps. You need to be flexible in your strategy. This is not about doing everything at once. It's about doing one thing today that moves you forward. So pick the goal, block the noise, stay open to change, and take the next step. Because the world doesn't need more talkers. It needs more builders. You are not here to react. You are here to create. Headphone opening hook. There comes a moment in every life when the world stops asking, "What do you want?" and starts demanding, "Who are you really?" Are you the kind that bends and breaks? Or the one who rises and builds? Success doesn't come to the strongest. It comes to the most adaptable, the most self-assured, the most resilient. This is your moment to become that person. The fireproof version of you. In this part, you'll learn exactly how to adapt like a leader, believe like a champion, rise like the resilient, think like the greats, and act like your future depends on it. Because it does. Repeat button. Section 1. Adapt or be left behind. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "The man who wins is the man who thinks he can, and adjusts until he does." Adaptability is not weakness. It's intelligence. It's survival. It's the ability to say, "I am committed to my goal, not married to my method." Dwight D. Eisenhower was a wartime strategist, a president, a builder of systems. But his genius wasn't in sticking to a single path. It was in knowing when to pivot, when to hold the line, when to change course. You must become like that. Flexible, not fragile. If a plan fails, don't break. Then don't force your way through a wall. Find the door. Build one if you must. Hill teaches us that the most powerful people are lifelong learners. They unlearn outdated thinking. They relearn smarter strategies. They don't cling to the way it's always been. They ask, "What works now?" So stop wearing stubbornness like a badge. That's not resilience. True strength is knowing when to adjust your sails without losing sight of your destination. Shield. Section 2. Develop unshakable self-belief. Hill said it best. What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Belief is the foundation. Without belief, every step feels uncertain. Every challenge feels heavier. But with belief, even mountains feel movable. Muhammad Ali didn't wait for the world to call him great. He told them. He declared, "I am the greatest," not out of arrogance, but alignment. He spoke his vision before the world saw it, and then built it with every punch, every fight, every moment. And so must you. Speak power into your life. I am capable. I am worthy. I am growing stronger every day. Not because you're pretending, but because you're practicing. Belief. Repetition becomes identity. Look at your past. You've survived storms. You've kept going when most would quit. That is evidence. And evidence builds belief. Carry it with you. Walk like someone who knows their future. Speak like someone who owns their space. Because when you move like you believe, the world begins to believe too. Fire Section 3. Harness the power of resilience. Success is not built in easy seasons. It's forged in fire. Life will knock you down. That's a promise. But rising, that's your power. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before the light bulb worked. People laughed. Friends doubted. The world mocked. But he saw those failures not as signs to quit, but as steps forward. I have not failed, he said. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That is resilience, not blind effort, strategic persistence. Hill called it persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Every challenge is a test. Every setback is a sculptor, chiseling the weak parts of you away to reveal strength. So when you're tired, don't run. Don't retreat. Pause. Breathe. Then rise. The muscles of your mind are built through resistance. Resilience doesn't mean you don't fall. It means you rise, every time. Let pain become your personal trainer. Let difficulty become your fuel. Let setbacks become your stepping stones. Brain Section 4. Master your mindset. Your mindset is your filter, and your filter becomes your future. A negative mindset sees obstacles. A powerful mindset sees opportunity. Your thoughts are seeds. If you plant fear, you grow anxiety. If you plant courage, you grow momentum. Napoleon Hill dedicated entire chapters to controlled thinking. He knew. You become what you think about most of the time. So start watching your words. When you say, I can't, this always happens to me, I'm not good enough, you're programming your subconscious with failure. Change it. Say, I can. I will. This challenge is making me better. Control your inner world, and your outer world begins to align. Every master, every legend, they weren't born immune to fear. They just trained their minds to respond differently to it. You must do the same. Uproot every weed of doubt. Water every seed of confidence. Surround yourself with voices and books and people that fuel your greatness. You are the gardener. You decide what grows. Person Running Section 5. Action. The bridge between vision and reality. Napoleon Hill didn't stop at belief or mindset. He said, the magic is in action. Faith without action is dead. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't move, you don't win. The biggest tragedy isn't failure. It's a dream unlived. A book never written. A business never launched. A calling ignored because fear won. Don't let that be your story. Success doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It rewards those who move. The first step won't be perfect. It might be messy, awkward, clumsy, but it will be yours. And once you take it, momentum begins. Action builds clarity. Action builds confidence. Action trains your spirit to lead. Start with one thing, one move, one task, and then repeat it, not once, but daily. Relentlessly. It is not grand gestures that build your future. It's small, consistent action. What you do repeatedly defines who you become. Direct hit closing challenge. You've just learned 5 keys to unlocking unstoppable progress. Adapt like a strategist, believe like a champion, rise like a warrior, think like a master, act like your life depends on it. Now choose 1. One belief you'll repeat every day. 2. One habit you'll start today. 3. One action you'll take right now, because your future is not created someday. It begins today, in this moment, with the decision to move. Don't wait for certainty. Don't ask for permission. Lead, build, rise. The world doesn't need more dreamers. It needs more doers. Let your belief be loud. Let your action be relentless. Let your resilience become your reputation. This is your time. Claim it. Headphone opening hook. You weren't born to live aimlessly. You were born to live on fire. And until your life is aligned with a mission so clear it burns inside you, you will always feel like something is missing. This isn't about motivation. It's not about temporary hype. It's about building something deep, something unbreakable. In this part, you will learn how to clarify your purpose, create a burning desire that never dies, fuel your actions with faith and conviction, keep going when the fire dims. This is not just a lesson, it's a turning point. Fire Section 1, Purpose. Your life's compass. Napoleon Hill called it definiteness of purpose, and he placed it first, at the very top. Why? Because a man without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. He moves, but he goes nowhere. He works, but he builds nothing. He lives, but he never feels fully alive. Your purpose is your compass. It gives direction to your decisions. It gives meaning to your effort. It gives power to your pain. Without purpose, small problems feel enormous. With purpose, enormous problems feel small. Hill said, "There's one quality one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it." So what do you want? What burns inside your soul when the world goes quiet? What would you do even if no one applauded? Even if no one paid you? This isn't just about career. This is about contribution. It's about the legacy you want to leave behind. Get clear. Get specific. Vagueness kills drive. Clarity feeds it. Fire Section 2, Burning Desire. The fuel that never quits. Once your purpose is clear, you need fuel. And that fuel is burning desire. Hill didn't say interest. He didn't say hope. He said burning desire. The kind that keeps you up at night. The kind that makes you bold. The kind that makes failure unacceptable. Desire backed by faith knows no such word as impossible. Napoleon Hill. You must want your dreams so badly that no excuse survives. You must crave it so deeply that no delay can derail you. That's the only way the world moves for you, when you're already moving with fire. Burning desire isn't something you wait to feel. It's something you build. How? Write your goals daily. Visualize your dream as if it's already real. Speak your vision out loud. Surround yourself with people who remind you what you're building. Desire, like a flame, must be fed, and if you feed it, it becomes your power plant. Shield Section 3. Faith in the unseen. Desire is the spark. Faith is the oxygen. You will be tested. You will face seasons where everything seems silent. No progress, no applause, no reward. This is where most people give up. But Napoleon Hill warned us that without faith, your dream dies before it ever breathes. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with thought, The subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration and acts upon it. Faith is not hope. Hope is weak. Faith is a decision. It says, I will keep moving even when there's no visible sign. It says, I will not waver. I will not negotiate with fear. You don't wait for faith to arrive. You build it. With repetition. With emotion. With visualization. Every morning, remind yourself what you're fighting for. Speak life into your vision. Close your eyes and feel it. The more vivid your vision, the stronger your belief. And belief, as Hill taught us, is the force that bends reality in your favor. Crossroads Section 4. Relentless Pursuit. Persistence beyond pain. Purpose is your direction. Desire is your fuel. Faith is your engine. But persistence, that's the vehicle that gets you there. Without persistence, everything collapses. Victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting. Hill, the truth is, most people give up too soon. They feel the first sting of rejection, the first sign of delay, and they begin to doubt. Don't let that be you. Let failure be feedback. Let delays be training. Let obstacles be opportunity. Your job is not to sprint. Your job is to continue. When others fall, keep moving. When life gets dark, move anyway. When your mind says, quit, you say, watch me. Persistence is built like a muscle, by repetition. Wake up when it's hard, show up when it's boring, push forward when no one sees you. This is how legends are made. Brick Section 5. Turn pain into power. Every mission has a price. You will face frustration, disappointment, exhaustion. But these are not signs you're on the wrong path. They're proof you're on the right one. Hill taught that success often hides right beyond resistance. Most give up inches before the gold. Because pain fools them. They think discomfort means danger. But pain is not punishment. Pain is your trainer. It is refining you, sharpening you, testing your hunger. The universe doesn't give the best to the person who wants it most. It gives it to the person who refuses to stop moving. So shift your relationship with pain. Welcome it. Thank it. Every scar is a reminder. You didn't quit. You're still here. You are still in the fight. Rocket Section 6. Lock in and go all in. Purpose without action is a dream. Desire without discipline is noise. Faith without movement is fantasy. And persistence without direction is chaos. But when all five align, purpose, desire, faith, persistence, and action, you become a force that nothing can stop. You don't need to know the entire path. You just need to lock into the next step. Don't wait until it's easy. Don't wait until someone says, now is the time. Now is the time. Light the fire. Choose your mission. Fuel your desire. Build your faith. And move with relentless energy. Because the world doesn't reward potential. It rewards the person who backs that potential with commitment. And if you do, if you align all these forces inside of you, your life will shift. Your future will catch fire. Direct hit. Final words. A personal challenge. Write down your purpose. Not someday. Right now. Declare your burning desire. With clarity and emotion. Visualize your dream. Speak it. Move toward it. Refuse to quit. And when pain shows up, say, you're welcome here. Because I know what I'm building. This is how you live like fire. This is how you win. This is how you become the person who doesn't stop until the dream is reality. Headphone opening hook. You are not just a product of your choices. You're a product of your circle. You rise or fall with the people around you. And in this part, you will learn one of the most powerful secrets of success. One that Napoleon Hill called the key to every great fortune ever built. It's not just about hard work. It's about your mastermind, your circle of influence. In this episode, you will learn how to build a mastermind alliance, why your environment controls your energy, how to protect your mind from toxic influence, and how to build a support system that fuels success. Busts in silhouette. Section 1. You become who you're around. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. Every mind needs friendly contact with other minds for food of expansion and growth. Your thoughts, your habits, even your beliefs, they are all shaped by the people closest to you. Spend your time with pessimists, and your dreams will shrink. Surround yourself with lazy minds, and your ambition will wither. But walk with the bold, the focused, the relentless, and your fire will rise. Energy is contagious. Belief is contagious. Discipline is contagious. Look at your circle. Ask yourself, do they challenge me or drain me? Do they push me or pull me down? Do they reflect who I want to become? If the answer is no, it's time to upgrade your environment, not because you're better than them, but because you're committed to growth. Link. Section 2. The Mastermind Principle. Napoleon Hill believed that no major success was ever achieved alone. He studied the lives of Carnegie, Ford, Rockefeller, Edison, and others, and saw the same truth again and again. They surrounded themselves with strong, like-minded people who helped them think bigger, plan smarter, and act faster. He called this alliance of minds a mastermind group. It is a circle of trust. A network of mutual accountability. A team of people with aligned values and shared intensity. This is more than friendship. It's strategic support. And it's one of the most underestimated forces in personal success. Find those who are hungry like you, focused like you, honest enough to challenge you, encouraging enough to lift you, smart enough to stretch you, and when you find them, build with them. Talk goals, not gossip. Talk action, not excuses. Talk future, not past. Your mastermind is your multiplier point. Two aligned minds do not equal double the power. They equal exponential power. Break. Section 3. Protecting your mental environment. As much as your circle can lift you, the wrong one can destroy you. Your mind is a sacred space. Everything you allow into it becomes your reality. Every voice, every opinion, every post, every conversation, it either builds or breaks you. Hill warned of drifters, people who move through life aimlessly, with no purpose, no fire, no clarity. If you spend too much time with drifters, you start drifting too. Tell me how you use your time, and how you spend your money, and I will tell you where and what you will be in 10 years. Hill. So protect your space, filter the noise, cut off access to those who poison your purpose. This isn't about hate. It's about honor, honoring your future enough to be intentional with your present. Unfollow toxic voices. Reduce time with dream killers. Detach from those who mock ambition. You only get one mind. Guard it like it's your greatest treasure. Because it is. Seedling. Section 4. Build a growth-driven environment. Want to know the fastest way to grow? Put yourself in an environment where growth is normal. If success is rare in your world, it will feel distant. But if success is expected, celebrated, and modeled, your standards will rise. Join a mastermind group, find a mentor, attend events that challenge your thinking, listen to voices that stretch your belief, read biographies of the greats, study with intensity, surround yourself with growth energy. Environment is not a background. It's a launch pad. Change your surroundings and you will change your trajectory. Speech Alloons Section 5, Mentors, Accountability, and Association. Hill emphasized organized planning. And organized planning is not a solo task. It thrives with feedback. It improves with challenge. You need mentors, people ahead of you who've already faced the battle. You need accountability partners, people who call you out when you fall short. You need dream builders, people who believe in your vision even when it's invisible. Your journey is too important to walk alone. You must build your team. Ask for feedback, invite challenge, be humble enough to learn, be wise enough to listen, be strong enough to lead. Don't fear being the least experienced in the room. Fear being the smartest one, because that means you're not growing. And remember, you are also part of someone else's environment. Be the light in someone's circle. Be the fire that sparks change in others. The more value you give, the more doors will open. Fire Section 6. Design your success circle today, right now. Take an honest audit. Who are the 5 people you speak to most often? What energy do they bring? What do they make you feel about your own future? Who do you need more of? Who do you need less of? Success is never an accident. It is a system. And one of the most powerful systems you can build is your environment. Don't let randomness decide your circle. Design it, shape it, curate it, and when you do, your momentum will multiply. The people in your life are either your anchors or your wings. And if you're serious about rising, you cannot carry those who refuse to rise with you. This is your call to leadership, not just of others, but of yourself. So take charge. Create your mastermind. Feed your mind with elevation. Surround your life with excellence. And watch as your entire world transforms from the inside out. Direct hit final words. A new standard from this day on. Raise your standard. Don't just aim for success. Engineer it by shaping the world around you. Choose alignment over attachment. Choose growth over comfort. Choose truth over validation. Because when your environment matches your dream, when your circle reflects your future, when your atmosphere breathes life into your ambition, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, you cannot build. Headphone opening hook. Most people start. Very few finish. The world is full of dreamers and short on finishers. In this final part, you're not going to be motivated. You're going to be transformed. Because today, you're going to learn. White heavy check mark how to make ironclad decisions. White heavy check mark how to build unbreakable discipline. White heavy check mark and how to finish what you started. No matter what, this is how you become unforgettable. This is how you build legacy. Lightbulb Section 1. The power of one final decision. Success does not begin with talent. It does not begin with resources. It begins with a decision. Not a maybe. Not a wish. Not a someday. Napoleon Hill said it best. The man who actually knows just what he wants in life has already gone a long way toward attaining it. Every great life, every empire, every invention, every breakthrough began with one decision. I must I will not stop until it is done. You don't need more motivation. You need a decision so solid that failure becomes irrelevant. When you decide, truly decide, your actions change. Your focus sharpens. Your excuses die. Because indecision is the birthplace of fear. Once you decide, the universe gets out of your way. Drums Section 2, Discipline. The muscle of greatness. Discipline is not punishment. It is the highest form of self-respect. You do what needs to be done, not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. Discipline is the difference between a moment of inspiration and a lifetime of transformation. It's waking up early even when the bed is warm. It's writing the page even when you're uninspired. It's making the call, taking the step, lifting the weight, especially when no one is watching. Hill wrote, "Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. And when you master your thoughts, you master your life. Discipline does not make life harder. It makes success inevitable. It is the daily vote you cast for the future you desire." Checker flag Section 3. Finish the race you started. You have come too far to stop now. You have endured too much pain, grown through too much struggle, fought through too much doubt, to walk away now. Most people quit just before the breakthrough, not because they can't go on, but because they forget why they started. Remember your why. Remember the fire that brought you here. Then dig your heels in and finish. The book must be finished. The business must be built. The health must be transformed. The life you imagine must be lived. You were not born to be average. You were not given this dream to let it die. You were called. Now you must finish. Fire Section 4. Purpose over pleasure. Every day, you face a war between two voices. The voice of comfort and the voice of calling. Point 1 says, "Take it easy." The other says, "Take the next step." Napoleon Hill warned that drifting, living without direction, is the slowest form of self-destruction. You don't feel the pain until years have passed and dreams are lost. Don't let that be you. Choose purpose over pleasure. Comfort will give you temporary peace. Purpose will give you permanent fulfillment. The journey will test you, but the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Scroll Section 5. Your legacy begins now. What will they say when you're gone? That you played it safe? That you had talent, but no fire? Or will they say, that person didn't quit. They didn't back down. They became everything they were meant to be. You don't build legacy by talking. You build it by choosing. Every day, every hour, every decision. And the most important legacy is how you lived for yourself. Did you become the person your younger self prayed you'd be? Did you live in alignment with your values? Did you rise every time you fell? Your legacy is not what you leave behind. It's what you live right now. Break Section 6. A final call to rise. Now is the time. Not tomorrow. Not when life slows down. Not when it's easier. Now. The old life ends here. The indecision ends here. The distractions, the excuses, the fear, all of it ends here. What begins today is you. Focused, disciplined, driven, clear, committed. You have the power. You have the purpose. You have the fire. Now all that's left is to finish. Because that's what leaders do. That's what warriors do. That's what legends do. You don't just talk about the life you want. You build it.so rise. Finish the mission. Finish the book. Finish the dream. Finish the race. Because you are not here to quit. You are here to conquer. Checker flag. Final words. You were meant for this. Every part of this journey, every message, every challenge, every lesson, it was all leading to this moment. Your moment. Don't just chase success. Become it. Don't just set goals. Fulfill them. Don't just start the story. Finish it, in bold, brilliant ink. Because the world is not changed by those who almost did. It is changed by those who did. The end.